Ya que
Armando, so nice to see you.
Katherine, so great to see you. So good to see you.
Have we only done one video together?
I believe so. Just one video. I know.
That's crazy.
It is.
Because I just feel like I know you and love you, but I think that's
likewise.
You know what I mean?
Likewise, and every time we see each other, it's like, Katherine, oh my God. And then it's like, wait, gosh, we've only done that one video
together? Cannot believe we've only worked together. Well, I guess that's the whole family vibe over at the Dhar Mann studios.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to interview you today. I wanted to talk to you about what have your experiences been like there? Because you're an OG. You go back to the Penthouse days. How many years have you been working there? Did you start in 2019?
I believe it was 2019.
Yeah.
It was during the beginning part of it. So,
in the beginning, or did you say not in the beginning?
In the beginning part.
Okay. Okay. So you're 4 years in on this.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
It's been quite a journey. It's been quite a journey, and it's been great. It's been.
What has that journey been? You're saying it's been a journey. Usually when people use that word, there's a lot behind that.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you, Katherine, I don't know. You might not remember this part. I don't know. But I'm on the show because of you.
You are?
I am. I'm like, I wonder if Katherine remembers this or not. Because
Tell me.
I was doing a play. I was on the Southern California tour, and one of the actresses calls me and says, hey, one of my friends, they're looking for an actor who's bilingual and can speak Spanish. And I said, oh, okay, yeah. I said, give them my number. And I was like, what is it? And she couldn't really tell me what it was. She's like,
none of us could in the beginning. We were like, I don't know what this thing is, but they keep shooting them.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, it's like a web series or something. I was like, okay. I wasn't very familiarized with that whole part of the industry. So I said, yeah, sure, why not? And so she gave you my number, and you gave my number to John at the time.
Oh, wow.
And then,
I did not remember that. I know early on when it was just a scrappy little crew of two, they would sometimes ask me, who do you know that could do this? And sometimes I would be putting casting notices out on Facebook and looking for people and reaching out. So I did not know. So somebody must have saw either I called or must have saw the ad I put out and you responded to. I did not know that. So you sort of came through me. I did not know that, or if I did know, I didn't remember.
Yeah, and so when I went through the phone call, and then I remember I texted you and I said, no one's called me back. And you said, just give them some time. They're filming. That's like you said, it was the two-man crew.
Yeah.
And
they were doing every job initially,
every job. Right? And so that's when John called me, and then of course I met Ruben, and I still wasn't sure. I'm not sure what this is. And I must say, and I say this very humbly, but I didn't audition for it. They said just.
I even had to audition. How did you not have to audition?
Well, I was like, I don't know what this Katherine girl told them about me, but if I'm just getting hired on the spot, I love her already.
Oh, wow. Maybe at the time it was slim pickings for bilingual people.
Well, I think at the time it was we need somebody here now.
That's funny. I did not know.
Yes.
I did not know that or remember that. But 4 years ago, lot's happened, right?
I mean, and so many other episodes after that, and we've been there. I've been there ever since. So
wow.
Thank you.
How many videos have you shot?
Oh my God. I don't know.
Man, you hit the jackpot, man. And to think you were just gonna scam the mom. Now you're coming away with the biggest score of your life. Her daughter. Dang, you're lucky.
God, calm down, all right?
Sorry, man. You still haven't made dinner yet?
No,
And this kitchen, it's a complete mess. See, I don't understand. You're a stay-at-home mom, so what have you been doing all day? You're baking cupcakes again? Selena, we talked about this.
Honestly, I'd rather spend my birthday at home.
I love you so much, sweetheart.
I love you too.
Probably at least 40, I would think, if you've been there 4 years, about 10 a year. You work there. You work there about once a month. Does that seem about right?
Something like that. I was thinking more like, I don't know, 30.
Okay, maybe. I don't know. And you know, IMDb is not necessarily always accurate because they haven't always had time to always update it with everything going on. So
right.
I think mine says 145 episodes. I think it's much more than that by now. But,
oh my goodness. No, I'm not close to that. I mean, I've done a lot,
well, but you've been there for 4 years, so you've seen it go from two people in a penthouse to 3 sound stages and like 60, 70 employees, whatever they have.
Exactly.
So you've been on that journey.
I have been on that journey, and I have been there. I have seen the changes throughout this journey. So
okay, would you say the changes that are being made and have been made are for the better?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I mean the way that I have seen this grow since back in the day, how the crew started to get a little bit bigger, the production started to get better. I mean, not that it wasn't good in the beginning, but you know, the whole production aspect of it.
Well, the production value, yeah. Like
yes.
Some of the stuff we filmed early on, you know, the lighting wasn't as good as it is now. The sound wasn't as good as it is now. So like even production wise, it's grown. Script wise, they're always learning and growing at the craft. So the scripts have gotten, I think in all aspects of production, it's gotten better for sure.
Yes. And then when we were doing scenes or videos that we actually left the penthouse to film, it was like, oh my God, this is great. Like, you know, they have 2 people extra. That means we can do this now. We can shoot outside, downstairs, or things like that. So definitely, for me, it's been a very positive way that it's been growing, and that how it's just becoming more and more and more involved.
Yeah. How long have you been an actor?
Oh my goodness. Well, I did my first play a long time ago. So let's just say it's been
like grade school, high school, college.
Yeah, well, I started in high school, you know, with the drama classes and like, oh, I want to be an actor, things like that. You know, it wasn't where I lived. It wasn't like something common for this young Latino high school student to say, you know, I'm going to be an actor, and everybody's like looking at you like, what? We're in Oxnard. Where are you? You know, where? Like, how are you going to do that? That's before internet. That's before any of that. So, you know, I was like, well, I don't know, but that's what I want to do, and that's where I started taking drama classes.
Did you? What point? Like, when did you start seriously pursuing it? Like, going after it, trying to get jobs?
It was that was in 1990.
Oh, you've been at this. Whoa,
I've been
like
at this.
30 some years you've been like pounding the pavement doing the acting thing.
Yes, I have.
So you've had an opportunity to be on lots of sets.
I've been on lots of sets. I've been on lots of stages. I have toured on stages. So yes, I mean, I've put in my time. Trust me, I've put in my time.
Oh my gosh.
Going back to when our headshots were black and white, honey.
Yes, you have paid your dues.
All right,
much? 15 minutes! Oh, not you, Javier. Give me 10 more shovels.
Oh no. Cinco.
Un taquito para mí.
7. No mames. Ay, gracias, Virgencita. Hija de mi vida. Gracias.
So in that regard, being in the acting industry, like seriously pursuing it for over 30 years, how does your experience at Dhar Mann compare like to other web series or other non-union shows you've worked on? How does it compare?
Well, now it's fast forward to this point of my life, everything that I've done, everything that I've worked on, you know, for those of us that have been in the industry for such a long time, like we say, we have seen the good, the bad, and the evil. We have, you know what I mean? All of this stuff. And at this point of my life, to have been able to grow with the students, with Dhar Mann Studios, up to where they are now, with the sound stages and all that, to me it's been like, wow, this is like a dream come true. Is that something that I have always, especially when I was a lot younger, it was something that I always wanted to, that's what I wanted my life to be.
Yeah.
Of course, life happens and you have to figure out, well, the acting is not paying my bills 100%. What else do I need to do? So I had to find my other passions, which I have and I love.
Yeah.
But I was at a point of my life.
Anywhere you act. I mean, you're part of the 97% that of actors who have to have side hustles.
Exactly. And then at this point now, to be able to, when I go to the studios, walk on set, and I think, wow, this is what I had been working for since I was very young. And I was at a point in my life where I thought that's probably not gonna happen just because you know, I have to go on with my life. And not that I wasn't gonna be an actor anymore or anything, but and I hope these words aren't too harsh, but I was tired of the rat race.
Yes.
As actors, we have to face every single day of our lives.
Constantly trying to get a job, constantly submitting, constantly auditioning, constantly trying to prove yourself, show your worth. Please hire me.
Yes.
So to have that opportunity at Dhar Mann to be called back over and over and over and over.
Yes, exactly.
For me, it was refreshing. What were your thoughts?
For me too, because like I said, I was at a point of my life where I was like, not that I was done with my acting career or that I didn't want to act anymore, but I was like, I'm done with that part for now. We'll see what happens in the future, but I'm done with that. So, you know, as we kept growing with Dhar Mann Studios and everything. And to the point where we got, and showing up to the studio, it was like my workplace. And
yes,
it is refreshing. It is refreshing because it's being there. It was like surreal. Oh my God. You know, like when I'm standing, I don't know if this happens to you, but like when I'm concentrated and they're about to yell action for your scene to start, and I'm stepping and I'm behind, and I see everything all around, the lights, the different sets, all this, and I'm thinking, Armando, this is your dream. You're living your dream. Wow. And so it is very refreshing. It is very refreshing, and Dhar Mann Studios has given me that.
Wow. What would you say is your favorite part of working there?
I know exactly what it is. My favorite part of working at Dhar Mann Studios is when I'm driving there and I think, I wonder who I'm going to run into. I wonder who I'm going to work with, because, you know, they have different productions going on. And I have, you know, when we say Dhar Mann fam, I genuinely feel that. So when I go there and I walk into the actors waiting area, and it's like a family reunion.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. That is what I love about it, because it's like seeing my friends, even if we're not working in the same episode, but it's seeing my friends, it's catching up. It's like, oh my God, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture, you know, that famous Los Angeles sign in the actors waiting area.
Yeah.
It's a must, you know, to have a picture there. And just touching base and catching up with everyone. And that is one of my favorite parts of working at Dhar Mann Studios is seeing the people, seeing my colleagues, the crew. That's what I love about Dhar Mann.
I love that. And would you share, like, maybe, what are your thoughts on the protest that was happening last week and continues to happen online? Do you have any thoughts or feelings about that?
I do, Katherine. I do, and I'm very saddened. I'm very, very saddened by it because of the way everything turned out, of the way everything went. I think, sorry. I think
it's okay. I just want to say it's okay if you're emotional, because I think we have all been extremely emotional about this. I don't know about you, but it was like causing me lack of sleep. It's been like heart racing, gut wrenching. So just, you know.
It has been, and I've actually, I've been silent.
Yeah.
I haven't come out and said anything. It's just very sad. To me, when all this was happening, was like, hey, now we're gonna keep growing with the studios. The studio is growing, which is great. It makes me so happy that it's growing, because that's only gonna give us an opportunity to also grow. So absolutely, I wanted to be part of that growth. I wanted to be part of that conversation, because I never felt that it was anything like out of this world. You know, Ruben, he's always so awesome. I have never felt that I can't talk to Ruben. Dhar, when I see him, sometimes I don't even know that he's there, and he's the one that goes out of his way. He's like, hey, Armando, and I turned around and it's Dhar. And it's like, oh my God, hey, how are you? I mean, at least in my personal experience, they have always been very approachable. Even when I'm not even paying attention, girl. Like, I remember one time on my break, I was asleep on the break room. I tend to do that. And
taking your little naps.
I took my little nap, and I was, just asleep. And I hear this voice. He's like, hey, I hear this, hey, Armando. And I look up, and it's Dhar standing with Jay Shetty. And I'm like, oh, hey, Dhar. And then I see who he's with. I'm like, oh, hey. Oh, my God. And then I'm thinking, wait, was that a dream? Because just like he said hi, they walked away. And I was like, wait, is that who I think it was? So, you know what I mean? That's how I have felt that just very approachable people.
Yeah.
Of course, in when you talk about work and you talk about contracts and you talk about stuff like that, of course, there's got to be a process. I see that and I understand that. I'm not going to expect to see him there and say, hey, Dhar, I need this. Or if I see Ruben in the hallway, say, hey, Ruben, you know what? La, 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 la. I mean, I think when it's got to do stuff like that, there's got to be a process, which that's what was happening. There was a process. But then everything went downhill.
They didn't want to, some of the protesters felt like they shouldn't have to go through the process. They should just go right to the head person and not even, to bypass the process, basically. And got upset when they couldn't get what they wanted. And
right. And even Katherine, and I say this with all respect to everyone, even then, if it would have been me, now I'm just talking Armando. I'm not talking, if there's a group or whatever. Listen, Ruben has always been so awesome. He's always been so amazing, approachable. And yes, if there has been anything like, hey, Ruben, this or that. I mean, that's nothing big, but where I feel like, hey, I got to talk to you real quick about something. And for me, it would have been like, okay, out of respect for Ruben, because I want to give you your place of what you are in this company. So if I need to talk to you first, then let's have that conversation. That's me. That would have been me.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for anyone else. And then from there, okay, well, let's bring it up to whoever we needed to bring it up to, Dhar.
Who's next in the process?
Yeah, but to me, that would have been like, oh, hey, I got Ruben on the line. Hey, Ruben. And so, and a lot of that, like I said, I see the points and I agree, like, as far as like wanting to grow, wanting to have that conversation. But one thing, Katherine, that I will not do is participate in something where there's so much hate. There is so much hate, and I couldn't understand. I was like, wait, where is that coming from? How did this happen? And why? How did my fellow actors get sucked into this? My actors that I love, because I do. I like I said earlier, if I see them on set, I'd just be so happy to see any of my good friends, my OGs, and of course meeting the new people. But the things that were being said, I saw that first protest, and some of the things that were being said in those signs that they were holding up made me think, well, wait, some of them are saying, talk to us, and then they're holding up these signs, and I'm thinking, how do you expect anyone's going to talk to you saying those things? Like, how do you really expect that someone's going to come out and talk while you're saying these horrible things and accusations and all that. That was not part of what the conversation was supposed to be. So let's stick to what the conversation is.
Right.
But it didn't become that. It became an opportunity for hate. It became an opportunity for revenge.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's not me. And that's not what I'm looking for. That's not the growth that I'm looking for in this company. So I cannot support that. I cannot support that. I support my fellow actors that had legit points that could have been talked about. Okay, the conversation didn't happen the first time, didn't happen the second time. I understand. But it didn't have to get to the point of hate. It didn't have to get to the point of revenge from other people. It didn't have to. It did not have to get to that point. And I did not want to be like part of that, because it's not me. It's not me. Yeah.
I know that was hard to say.
It is. It is very sad, and it's just so sad. It's just so unfortunate. It's just so unfortunate, because that's not the way it needed to turn out. I was trying to understand what if something happened with actors in the past. I don't know, okay? And I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah.
But actors that did not have anything to do with the conversation that was wanted to have. That made me wonder, how is this happening? How are they becoming part of this conversation? And I'm not saying that whatever they went through, that it's not legit, or that it's not important, or what, any of that. But to me, this is not what that was supposed to be about.
Yeah.
And if you made it about that with hate and revenge, that's not me.
Yeah. And why, may I ask, we're like a week and a half into this, maybe 2 weeks by the time this airs. Why is it that you were being silent?
There are several reasons. One of them was because I wanted to be very careful about how I presented all this to the fans.
Yeah.
Because it seems like we've all forgotten about the fans. Their emotions, their feelings. We didn't have to suck them into this.
And a lot of them are so young. They're so young. And they maybe don't have the cognitive reasoning at a young age that we have as older adults, to be able to, look at both opinions and see, they're just maybe going after what's out there that's been so proliferated. And it's been like a game of telephone, with even fans making videos against Dhar and the company based on stuff they heard second, third. Like, so many comments that I got about Mikey and Jay have been fired and like all this stuff, and I'm like, you guys, that's not true. I'm constantly saying that's not true. He was working there last week. I worked the other one. It's just blown. They've taken it and run like the game of telephone, where you don't even know what the first person said, and it's become this crazy thing. And with me being initially the only voice, the lone prophet in the wilderness.
Gosh, Katherine, you're such a brave woman.
That people thought, well, gosh, Dhar must be paying you, or you must be lying, or how much, like, and I was like, come on, where's my people? I see you guys every day at the studio. Say something. But they've been afraid. They've been afraid to speak up because there's been some bullying happening.
There has been, and you know, now that you're saying that with the topic that we're talking about me being silent, that was one of the other points. It was like, okay, I know what I disagree with, but the moment that I say that, I'm going to be crucified. I'm going to be like, yes, and I didn't want that. Yeah. I didn't want that because
nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. But because to me, it was like, I don't want to lose my friends.
Yeah.
My colleagues, my coworkers, and
I know.
You know, after you, Giovanna, I saw what happened. And it broke my heart. And not that I was afraid that they were going to do that, because I'm thinking, you know what, the fact that I'm not saying anything right now, I'm sure it's in comments or whatever, but I just didn't want that to keep going, because then what message are you giving the fans, the little ones, the followers? Yes, it's okay to bully. Yes, it's okay to if you're not happy with something, it's okay to burn merchandise. You know, what is that? And so
the example that's being led.
And so a lot of that was holding me back. It was holding me back. I wanted I don't know. I wanted everything to just kind of cool down and be okay with everyone. But I understand that that's not always going to be the case. And you know, I've had so many people, fans that send me messages and checking in. Are you okay? And so that's why I wanted to speak my truth.
If you had one last message, what would it be?
It would be I guess to just be mindful how every situation, every conflict, everything has two sides.
Yeah.
I would say before you start judging people just because somebody that you think is a role model is doing the same thing, just be careful. Just be careful, because I think we've all been in situations where our feelings have been hurt.
Yeah.
We have all been in situations where people are like, oh, don't talk to this person, don't talk to that person, and how it makes us feel. It's happened to me, and I'm sure it's happened to you. And that would, I don't know, I think that would be my message. It's just before you judge people, just be careful and look at both sides of the story.
Well said. All right, thank you for your time, Armando. Thank you for breaking your silence, and you had a lot of beautiful things to say, and I'm happy to hear your voice.
Katherine, thank you so much. It's so great to see you and hear your voice.
Good to see you.
A big hug to you. Love and respect.
Thank you.